we did this problem on Friday. You should be pretty good at it, but let's just make sure we're good with that. Tangent to negative 15. Which angles are we trying to avoid when we do tangent? 30, 150, 210, 330, anything with that has a denominator of pi over 6. If you have a 6 in your denominator, that's one you want to avoid. What angles did we use to make negative 15? 45 and 60 seems to be the consensus answer here. 45 minus 60. Cool. That works. If it works, let's do that. It's tangent. It's subtraction. So we're using our sum and difference identities, and we're going to plug into the subtraction one. So our subtraction formula looks like this. Tangent of 45 minus tangent of 60. All over. 1 plus tangent of 45, tangent of 60. We plug it in. We start doing some numbers. Tangent of 45 is 1. Tangent of 60 is radical 3. That's 1 plus radical 3 on bottom. We get to that point. If it didn't have a radical 3 in our denominator, that'd be great, but it does. And so at this point, Drew, what do we got to do with that thing to get rid of the radical 3 in the denominator? Yep, the conjugate of the denominator. So since this said 1 plus radical 3, we're going to multiply by 1 minus radical 3. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and multiply this out. That gets me 1 minus radical 3 plus radical 3, and then positive 3 times negative radical 3 is negative radical 3 squared, or just negative 3. We'll do the same foiling on top. 1 minus radical 3 plus 3. I'm just foiling. You can check that if you don't believe me. Cool. Once we've done that, Garrett, what can I do in the denominator? Yep. These two things. One's negative square root of 3. One's positive square root of 3. Those two things are opposites of each other, so they cancel. So what am I going to be left with on bottom? Negative 2. Negative 2 in our denominator. He's got this 1. He's got that negative 3. He gets negative 2. Kate, what about in the numerator? What can we do with that? 3 and 1 gets you 4. Negative 2 square root of 3. She's got 1 square root of 3. She's got another one. So when you put them together, it gets you negative 2 square root of 3s. Good. At this point, we can then simplify. You got 4 divided by negative 2. That's negative 2. And negative 2 divided by negative 2, that is a positive radical 3. Negative 2 radical 3. Boom. My answer. Every time it's got 2 in radical 3, just one's positive, one's negative. Questions with that guy? Super. Pull out your notes from yesterday, please.